Had the world's most enigmatic model truly married in secret? But soon skeptics appeared. Investigative bloggers noticed inconsistencies in the photos, wrong shadows, mismatched reflections. Some images looked AI-generated. Others claimed Cindy was just a fictional character created to build buzz. Adonis himself stayed silent. No confirmación. No denial. The mystery deepened. 5. Back on the runway. By late 2025, invitations started circulating among elite fashion circles. Adonis Wilde was announced as a special guest for Milan Fashion Week, followed by Venice Fashion Days and Paris Fashion Week. Insiders whispered that he had signed contracts with Gucci, Prada, and Givenchy, set to be the face of their new global campaigns. Rumor also had it that he was negotiating a film deal in France, a modern remake of Jean-Pierre Melville's classic Le Samouraï, the very film that made Alain Delon a legend. It's almost symbolic, one critic said. Delon played the samurai of silence. Now his double, maybe his son, might take his place. 6. The journey east. After Europe, Adonis Wilde's next destination, Asia. According to industry sources, he was invited to South Korea and Japan for a series of high-profile commercial shoots. In Seoul, he would model for Hyundai's new luxury line, combining automotive design with cinematic storytelling. In Tokyo, he would star in a Seiko watch campaign shot by world-famous photographer Araki Nobuo. Production teams described the concept as time, motion, and eternal beauty, clearly crafted to echo the idea that Adonis Wilde himself transcends time. Among the hotel staff was a 23-year-old Spanish woman named Dolores Ross, petite, olive-skinned, with dark hair that shone like the sea at night. She worked as a maid, cleaning suites and changing linens for wealthy guests. One of those suites belonged to Alain Delon. According to former employees we tracked down for this investigation, Delon was instantly captivated. He would find reasons to talk to her, says Carlos Mendez, who worked as a concierge at the time. He used to ask for extra towels, but we all knew he didn't need them. By the end of that week, he was leaving roses at her service cart. By the second week, she was seen boarding his yacht, Lang Bleu, docked in the port. They spent nearly a month together, sailing between coves and disappearing from the public eye. Locals still tell stories of Delon and Dolores laughing under the stars, dancing barefoot on the deck, and walking through the narrow streets of Palma hand in hand. He looked 20 years younger, recalls one restaurant owner. You could tell he was enchanted by her. Then, one morning in late August, Delon was gone. A private jet to Nice. A woman left standing on a pier, holding a white scarf that the wind kept pulling away. Chapter 2. The Child Who Bore a Secret. 9 months later, in March of 2001, Dolores Ross gave birth to a baby boy in a small clinic near Palma. She named him Adonis, after the mythological god of beauty and tragedy. There was no father listed on the birth certificate. Dolores raised him alone. She moved inland to a quieter town called Soler, surrounded by orange groves and mountains. Neighbors remember her as graceful but private. She never spoke of the man who had once been with her. She was proud, says an elderly woman named Ines, who lived nearby. But sometimes late at night, I could hear her playing old French songs, Edith Piaf, Charles Aznavour, and she would cry. When Adonis was 5, she told him a story about a man who was a famous actor, a man who loved her once but lived far away. She told him not to repeat it, and he never did. Chapter 3. Childhood in the Shadows. Adonis grew up surrounded by Mediterranean beauty, olive trees, cliffs, salt wind. But his childhood was not easy. He was quiet, almost unnervingly observant. Teachers at his local school said he seemed older than the other children, calm, polite, but distant. He loved movies, especially old ones. When his mother showed him Purple Noon, starring a young Alain Delon, something stirred inside him. He was 9 years old. "Mama," he said, "he looks like me." Dolores froze. The TV light flickered across her face. She turned it off. "It's just the eyes," she said. "Go to sleep." But the question never really left him. Chapter 4. The World Discovers Adonis. By 18, Adonis Wilde was in Paris, pursuing a modeling career. A scout from Milan had spotted him on Instagram, a striking young man with an ageless face. Within a year, he was walking for Givenchy, then Balmain, then Saint Laurent. Fashion magazines called him the new classic. But what they didn't expect was the avalanche that followed. Online, fans began posting comparisons between Adonis and Alain Delon side-by-side photos that went viral overnight. The resemblance was shocking, not just in the bone structure, but in the way he moved, the half-smile, the posture, the detached coolness. "It's Delon 2.0, wrote Vogue Italia, a reincarnation of 1960s French sensuality. The buzz became obsession. Was he related to Delon? Was it a coincidence? Adonis ignored it. His Instagram bio said only one sentence: "I'm not who you think I am." Chapter 5. The investigation begins. In 2023, our team began to trace the whispers.